Friends, a few weeks ago, I was here with this sign for woo or moo, talking about the uncertainty of our times and this state of not knowing. Today, I want to share with you a practice that's been important to me for living with uncertainty, for that state of not knowing. And it is, simply put, the practice of living our questions. You might be familiar with that quote from Rainer Maria Rilke, the German poet from the last century, who was writing to another younger poet who had asked for advice, not only about poetry, but about life and all the uncertainties rising from it. And Rilke wrote these beautiful words: "I want to beg you, as much as I can, dear sir, to be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and to try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms, and like books that are written in a very foreign tongue. Do not now seek the answers, which cannot be given you because you would not be able to live them. The point is to live everything. Live the questions now," he said. "Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer." Surely we are living in a time of so many questions. We are being asked to live them. They are not yet answered, are not likely to be answered soon. And if they were answered, we might not be able to live that answer yet. So what would happen if we could develop the spiritual practice of living our questions? When I was in seminary, I was living a lot of questions. Big theological ones as well as very personal ones about what was my call and what would it mean to follow it. What was it asking of me? So every morning when I sat down to meditation, I would sit in front of my meditation altar and try to make a still mind, and it would not be still. The questions would come to the surface. And so I kept little pieces of paper there and a pen, and I brought this jar. And I set this jar down on my meditation altar, and I called it my question jar. And I would write out whatever question occurred to me and put it in the jar on a little slip of paper. And even today, this jar is full of questions because I keep adding to it. And each year when I go on my personal retreat to review what has been in the last year and to consider what might yet be in the year ahead, I take this jar with me. And I spend usually a whole evening going through the questions, considering which ones I might have lived my way into an answer, which ones are no longer relevant because some of them are not, and which ones are still wholly unanswered. And it gives me great fruit for thought and for heartful living and growth. My spiritual director in those years used to say to me often, "What is the question to which your life is an answer?" And once when I shared that with people at church, one of you, a very tall person, said to me, "I know what the question is to which my life is an answer." You said, "Can you reach that for me up there?" It was a funny moment, but there is truth in what's underneath that question. What are the things that you're bringing to this moment which are unique to you? We need you to be bringing those things. What are the questions coming your way today that ask you what is uniquely yours to bring to this moment for yourself and for others? I hope you'll find a way of living the questions today, whether it's by creating a question jar or a book or a box or any other way of keeping the questions alive and with you. not expecting or even seeking an answer immediately, but letting them open your heart and your mind to possibilities as yet unknown. Live the questions, dear friends. Perhaps gradually we will all live into an answer that will look like a world more just, more equitable, more nourishing for the lives we wish to live. Take good care and be well.